'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, oh, for me.
First and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, you already know my voice is too raspy to be whispering, all right? So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. So before we get started, chosen ones, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. Because I don't always get the pause in the middle of my message and when I'm relaying to say that to you. But when I post this on YouTube, I got you, all right? Also, I want to take this time. Moving forward, I definitely will ask you if you have any areas that you wanted me to focus on behalf of you. Definitely those comments on my YouTube, all right? Under the comment of my latest video, just say certain areas that you want me to focus on and I got you, all right? So let's get started, chosen ones. Right now, I had to come in with a brief message for you, right? Now, the message involves this. 1, I told you that this is your tax time season, chosen ones, meaning that everything that was deducted from you is getting returned to you. So those relationships that took that energy from you, that job position that took the light from you, as far as that partner that took certain happiness from you, so on and so forth, right? I want you to remember this, that those individuals, when you was connected to them, they were out there deducting certain things, right? So this is equivalent to you working a certain job all year long, right? You work, and on each check, you see certain amounts getting deducted, right? So you put all this work in expecting that you was going to have this big check and you was going to be splurging, and then the whole time you look at it and it's barely nothing, right? You just have enough to get by. See, that's the same pertaining to certain relationships that you've been in. That's the same pertaining to certain job positions that you've been in. That's the same pertaining to certain friendships that you've been in as well, chosen ones, where you gave this person love because that's what they needed at that time, and they deducted that from you, but they didn't reciprocate it to you, right? There's certain friendships that you were there for them. They projected energy on you. They was in a competition with you. So therefore, again, they were deducting certain things instead of instilling in place in certain things, right? Now, I say all of this to say this, chosen ones. Right now, you could currently be going through certain finances where you feel like you just getting by, or certain things that you've been waiting on for a long time. So some of you is love. You can try to act like you cool with being by yourself. That you're supposed to. You're supposed to be able to be by yourself and function the way that you're supposed to. You're supposed to create the happiness for you. You're supposed to be already loved before you asking God to receive the love, right? You should already feel wealthy way before that wealth even comes in, because it was your wealth that in order for that to even be manifested in. I want you to realize God is just matching you, chosen ones. So if you are being loved and loving to people, God's going to send somebody in to love you equally too. If you're out here, again, being wealth, meaning that you are not putting unnecessary pressure on yourself, you're not feeling less about yourself because you can't go buy this or you can't go splurge on that. The fact that your bills got paid for, or the fact that you was provided this and I was able to carry over to the next. I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, you are the wealth. So when you start looking at that, that's what you start to receive right back, right? So if you feel like your finances is all tight and you struggling, guess what you're going to do? You're going to continue to see that struggle then. But if you start to be like, all right, well, I have enough to get by, I got enough to do this, you show gratitude towards God, and what's he going to do? Put more finances in your hand. You can't sit there and be crying about something that you ain't even do what you were supposed to do in the first place. place. So think about this. When you have children, chosen ones, when your child wants some more, say there's about whatever the food it is, or 3 pieces of candy left. They eating on the candy right then and there, but they want to make sure that they have the last piece in a sense. So they going to try to reach for something that they didn't even complete the first thing that they have. Or if somebody's eating, you tell them to eat what they have first before they go in for leftovers in a sense, right? So the same pertaining to you. God's not going to keep giving you finances if you ain't do what you said that you was going to do. The first time you pleaded with God and said that if he gave you finances, you was going to listen and finally start buying things for yourself. Then that bread came, you spent it on everybody else but didn't spend nothing on you. You ain't get yourself anything. So now you sitting there feeling a certain type of way, asking God for more funds to come in, and he said you ain't even do what he asked you to do in the first place, right? So chosen ones, it's something simple. For some reason you feel like investing how God wants you to do looks a certain type of way. It's just not invested in big things, it's small things too. So if he's telling you to take a day off to relax and you choose not to listen, guess what? Now you got a headache, now your health's messed up, now the hours then cut back. He's going to force you to relax. If he's telling you to do something, then do it. So you not buying clothes for you don't even realize that you delayed the process for you. Something so small like that, chosen ones, whole time you ain't realized God had an interview coming in for you, that those clothes was going to be able to be worn. He had, as far as certain job positions, certain whatever the case may be, had certain dates being offered, but because you didn't do what he asked you to do, that was as far as like the domino effect that was going to get everything else moving. So now you feeling stuck and stagnant, and he's like, no, you just not doing what I'm telling you to do then, right? So if you're right now waiting for certain finances to come in, chosen ones, do not start stressing and panicking. Just like around tax time, when your checks is all small and you know that you got the deposit coming in, and then guess what you're going to do? You're going to be able to go ahead and ball, right? So for right now, you had certain seasons where you were just getting by. Shit, some of you may not felt like you did, but look at you now. You surviving, right? Those days that you ain't had no food, look at you. You still here. So you had something within you, right? So calm it down. It's not the end of the world. Everything's aligning for you. But I have to say this, chosen ones, because certain people are getting presented to you. Now, when I say this, babies, first, people from your past are getting presented. 1, these are signs and synchronicities that you're about to step into your beginning. So if you're wondering or want to wage as far as how far you are from getting into your abundant season, I'm going to give you signs and synchronicities that you may start to see, right? So 1, you're going to have ex-partners start to come back. Now, there could be one ex in particular. So this could be your child's mother or child's father in a sense, right? Somebody that every time you went to move on to a new relationship, or every time you said that you had a goal that you wanted to set for you, this person popped up energetically, this person pops up physically. It's almost like they can sense certain things in the air. So that's almost like that person who's a user, that every time they smell somebody smoking, now they want to come over and have a conversation so they can hit that shit. You understand me? You know those people where it's like, now you know this person got a bottle. Now you want to come over and try to converse because you want to take a hit of that shit. You understand me? So there's certain children's fathers, children's mothers. Some of this is your actual mother. Some of this is your actual father, certain family members, so on and so forth. These are people who came in between your happiness. When you was with them, you was lacking happiness. They ain't want to give you that shit. They was out here sleeping around, creeping around, doing what they did then. They was focused on their career, wasn't focused on your dreams and admirations. You stayed with the children and you stayed complacent. They sat there and tried to have power over you. They tried to use you, take advantage of you, try to come back, recharge off of you, and use your energy to another individual. I'm telling you right now, those energy vampires, they're going to appear. Now, most of us are over these individuals, right? We already then sat there and said, nah, ain't no chance that you're going to get back in a relationship with them. Again, these are the evil individuals, the cheaters, beaters, deceivers, creepers, just dirt ass energy, right? Chosen ones. They're going to return because they sense in the air that somebody else is about to be there, right? They're sensing in the air. See you all day, so you don't see certain changes, right? So that's almost equivalent to somebody losing weight. Because you look at yourself every day, you don't see that your face didn't slim down, your body didn't slim down, you got a little shape now. You don't see that because you see yourself all the time, right? But they're on the outside looking in. They can see that spark starting to hit different. They can see that you starting to walk different. different. They can see that you starting to talk different. They can see that you not worried about what they do. You paying attention to your manifestations, right? So what do? They want to come in to try to persuade you to entertain them because they feel like you're going to miss out on what God got for you. So this is that person that comes in trying to have sex with you to break your celibacy because they know what that next person is about to get. This is that person trying to come in, try to test the waters to see if you still over them. So they're going to play mental manipulations. A lot of the times, if this is your child's mother or father, they're going to try to do it through your kids. They're going to try to act like they ain't be there. They're going to put unnecessary pressure on you. They're going to try to sit there and be petty with finances just so that you're struggling to do what you need to do. But guess what, chosen ones? This is their test. See, I told you that there were certain people that was making deductions, right? So these are ex-lovers, ex-friends, mothers, fathers, cousins, whatever the case may be. You put that title on it, right? When I tell you that these are the people that was deducting that energy from you, you gave love, they didn't reciprocate it. You gave them finances, they sat there and dipped out on you. They owed you, they ran from you, whatever the case may be, right? I told you that you're going to be getting those deductions back. See, this is your tax time season. I told you, just like how you work all year long, you've worked all your life long. That's a lifetime, right? So 1 year in tax time is like a lifetime pertaining to you. You worked so hard, had deductions from you, had certain people messing with you, had certain audits that you had to go through just based upon the fact that this person ain't do what they were supposed to do. See, those audits is equivalent to you telling God, well, this is my partner, but then you up there crying about him. It's something ain't sitting right. See, you said that this was your person and you asked God to provide certain things for them. Protection, affection, love, abundance. You were speaking life into them, but the work that they was doing didn't add up to what they was getting, right? So think about all this chosen one. If you got, or saying that you got more bread than what you did just so that you can get certain finances back or certain deductions, guess what? They gonna order that shit. Something didn't add up. So that's what certain relationships and friendships and job positions are currently going through. They energetic audit. God is wanting to see, okay, well, what you're saying for this person or speaking into this person, I want to know, did they do the work to earn it? Okay, you asking for this person to be protected. Do they earn that protection, or they the individuals that people need protection from? Okay, you said that this person needs to heal, that you want to speak life into them. Are they speaking life into you? Are they carrying the same energy to you? If not, God's like, wash your hands with them, right? So I want you to realize that right now it's your energetic audits. But when I told you that those deductions is coming back, see, God's giving them a little time period right now. So these are people that you feel like you struggling. You feel like you could be having car troubles. You could have bills that's popping up. You could have certain expenses for your children that's popping up, or your business, whatever the case may be, right? So right now you're not stressing because you know who your father is. Your father, God above, is not going to allow you to go without things that you need. So even if you just have enough to get by, best believe he going to make sure that your ass going to eat and that they going to see it, right? But hear me out. You got to stay faithful. You not everybody. You God's daughter or son. You not no Diablo's people. You ain't none of these other little deities and entities people. No, you got to remember who your father is. You God's child. You Allah's child. You Jah's child. You understand? See, I say that because Jah, Allah, God, the same thing, but a different name. So how I call this person Raymond, when I describe him, that person can say, oh, you talking about Raymond. If this person says Raymond, who's that? Then you describe him, oh, you talking about Ray. So when I say God, that's who I call him as. But if you say Allah, if you say Jah, then you just fit that name, and you good, baby. I promise you. But hear me out, right? Now, chosen ones. God sat there and said, nah, so-and-so's supposed to pay you that bread. So you going to God like, God, you thinking that you don't have enough. Like, God, this bill got to get paid. Like, I'm doing everything that you told me to do. I didn't apply to this. I didn't ask this person. And God said, what did that person say to you? You like, well, God, they said that they ain't got it. God said that's a lie because I gave them to give it to you this time, right? See, there's certain people that God is blessing right now because they owe you. God is blessing them. So they financially feeling that they good. They felt like they financially are abundant. They felt like they escaped the karma and consequences that's coming in. You told them if they do grimy about you, if they play with your finances too, whether or not this is through money spells or them deliberately trying to stop you, you told them that God was going to put a stop to that. So God sat there and was blessing them to give them an opportunity to repent. He was giving them an opportunity to give you back what they owed you, whether or not that was physically that they owed you, energetically, mentally, spiritually, whatever they deducted. God said, nah, you better give it to that person. Then see, some of these people took that time period that they was getting certain things and ran off with it. That money didn't belong to you. So that's almost like you having a bank account and then putting that money in your bank account and you know that don't belong to you, right? So you check your account, it's $1 million. What you going to do? Are you going to call them and tell them that they made a mistake, or are you going to allow that shit to run through? See, chosen ones. These individuals try to do some fraud shit. They sat there and got blessed with certain things, but they ain't come back to put have your deductions in. They didn't sit there and come back and bless you like God told them to. So guess what's going to happen? All of that abundance that they have is about to get stripped, returned back to you. Now they going to be black. And I'm trying to tell you. So those masculines and feminines that kept sleeping and cheating on you and freaking on you, and you told them what God told you, that if they keep on, they shit ain't even going to work no more. That the satisfaction that they had speaking through sexual encounters instead, that they didn't heal themselves and they was out there hurting everybody else. See, you told them and now they starting to see that shit. Now they shit ain't even working. Now they piping out here, saluting. They Susie's out here coughing, sneezing, wheezing, sleep, whatever the case may be. You told them. See, they starting to see that. But hear me out, chosen ones. Everything that you said, they starting to see. See, some of them won't even tell you that they starting to see it, right? See, some of them are going to try to act like you crazy all the way to the end. How come you can read everybody else? For some reason, they feel like you can't read them. See, chosen ones, when I tell you, God's like, nah, let me see what they gonna do. So the time that you need these individuals and they ain't come through for you. See, I ain't talking about you entitled people. Because some of y'all are entitled on other people's shit. You feel like the world owe you and they don't owe you nothing. You out here mean. You not helping. You feel like you did one thing and that means that you supposed to keep having certain finances come in. I'm talking about you did one thing for somebody back in 95 and for some reason you think that shit's gonna continue riding out. Nah, this your job, baby. So think about work. Right? You know how pertaining to your job, how they say you get that little paid time off, but what do you have to do? You have to work to get that paid time off, correct? Right? Correct. And excuse me because it sounds like squealing out there, but you got to pay for that, correct? You got to actually put some work in order for you to sit there and get some abundance. So there's certain people that gave you love way back then and feel like they can still ride over that shit. There's certain people that gave you attention way back then and for some reason they can live off of you. For some reason you keep protecting these individuals. See, some of you are saving individuals that are not supposed to be saved, and when I say that, chosen ones, it's because it is. The main people that you know is supposed to have karma and consequences come in, the same people that God told you was going to lose their life about the things that they did. See, you got a big job to do. You're not no regular individual. So you got a purpose to push. And anybody that tries to come in between that, stop you or deter you, God's going to wipe their asses out so that you can have a clear view. See, chosen ones right now, they getting tested. God wants to see, are they going to help you like they supposed to, or are they going to neglect it? Because I can guarantee that in due time, they going to have certain things switch around. And I ain't talking about in a few years. I'm talking about in a few weeks. You understand me? There's individuals that as we speak today, there's karma coming their way. You ask them, hey, can you assist towards this bill because they owe you for real, or they didn't pay you back for certain things that you had, or you raising their children and you can't work because they working and they don't want to work certain shit out for you. Okay, cool. Guys, like, hey, the last thing I need you to do, ask this person to see what they gonna do. You ask that person, you put your pride to the side, you ask this person, whether or not that's finances or love, you sat there and expressed your feelings to this person, you apologized to this person, whatever the case may be, you did what you were supposed to do, chosen ones, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to see it. So you put your pride to the side. You went exactly where God told you to go to in order for you to get what is for you. And when you went there, they act like they didn't have nothing, knowing God gave it to them to hand to you. So that's almost like your granny or your mother giving your mother the money for you and she not spending that shit on you. You ain't even know that you had it, right? And you felt like you was lacking. You was struggling the whole time. You already had it, but they about to see. So do not take it personal. Again, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. If your exes is coming back, chosen ones, that means that you got somebody new coming in. If you got certain, again, bills that's coming up and you stressing a little bit, best believe that finances is about to come in. Stay optimistic. Don't allow these people to stress you, have you feeling less of you, or none of that. You understand me? But 1 second, chosen ones, 1 second, and stay optimistic. Don't allow these people to stress you, have you feeling less of you, or none of that. You understand me? But 1 second, chosen ones, 1 second. My phone ain't go dead. Can you hear me? You bet. I'ma wait. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. We're back. Okay. Sorry about that, chosen ones. I ain't wanted to cut off on us. But listen, I promise you, do not stress. Right now, you asking God what else you can do in order for you to get what's expected. There's nothing else for you to do, chosen ones. Excuse me, let me cough real quick. But there's nothing else for you to do. You just be patient and allow these people to make their next move. This is almost like chess, chosen ones. God's like, nah, let them go first. Let me see what they going to do. They not going to offer that assistant hand. They not going to offer an apology towards you. You put your ego to the side. You put your pride to the side and they still disrespecting you. Now we just wait. That's all you got to do, chosen ones. Just wait. I know what you feeling like. The bills ain't waiting. This ain't waiting. Be patient. It's all going to play out. I promise you. You understand me? You got abundance coming through. And what's happening is you're about to get blessed. And I'm not talking about no small amount of money. I'm talking about, chosen ones. You about to be billionaires. You know how this person can go to sleep broken, not knowing how they going to pay their bill. Then all of a sudden you look on the news and they hit that mega million. That's you. Some of you don't realize that you're about to come into big money. Your business is about to be booming. You feel it's at a standstill now. God just want to see what these other individuals was doing. Are they jumping on a movement before it's moving, or they out here doubting you? Because as soon as they doubt you, God's going to have you walk away from these individuals and they're going to be stuck on the outside viewing you. You understand me? So, no. These people who had an opportunity where you like, yo, you want to invest in this and you want to believe my movement and you want to invest in it. They didn't want to. See, some of the people didn't even realize that they invested a little bit in you, that you was going to make sure that they good too, that little bit of time or that little bit of love, that little bit of attention, them little bit of finance, whatever the case may be. Had they sat there and did those things, they would have been good for eternity. You was including them with your abundance. You was including them in your contract. So these individuals, all they had to do was step up and be your protectors, be as far as your partners. All they had to do is be present, and they failed to. They felt like you was too much work, and all you asked them to do is be them authentic selves. All you asked them to do was not be out here doing devious or demonic stuff. They couldn't do that. Some people couldn't keep their legs closed in order to stay close to you. Some of these individuals loved money, that MOB, correct? All of these, you pay attention to that, shorties. I gotta say that. Because if they out here got the MOB tattoos over them, they for real. Money over, they for real. They are only about finances. They only going to be excited about finances. And that's where you know that finances is not going to be. So if they have MOB or, oh, they chase some money, then they not going to receive it. If you chase some money, that means that shit's running away from you. We receive it. See, we stay complacent. We run into money. We different. You understand me? We speak it, we seek it, and we start to see it. Whereas these individuals, again, they haven't. You understand me? They making it the center of their attention. You got this, chosen one. So let them. They chose not to support your movement. They about to see you on. I'm telling you, some of you about to be big stars. I mean, on TV. I mean, underground. Everybody knows you, supporting you. Your finances. You're not going to be struggling. Like, this is something that I have to express to you. Because some of you can't see into the future. But I promise you, like, y'all are tripping for nothing. You got marriage proposals out of nowhere that's about to come. I'm telling you, thinking like marriage. I don't even know, baby. They know you, and you going to know this individual when they align with you. You're going to go from single to married real quick. But the difference between these other people is this is a real relationship. This is a kingdom spouse. This is longevity that comes with it. This is somebody that you basically marrying into money, because you got abundance, which is money, and they got abundance, which is money too. And that's just not financially. I'm talking about your soul and your morals, the worth within you. So you about to be with some big hitters, chosen ones. See, some of y'all might actually do some prenups. Right now, you feel like you pinching pennies, baby. Nah, you can do a prenup. See, some people might get offended to sign a prenup. Some of y'all may be. But this is my thing. Some people say don't sign a prenup because you feel that's saying that you're going to get a divorce. That's reverse psychology, because you scared that that person's going to leave you without shit. See, if you feel like you'll never even get to that point of a divorce, then why not sign the prenup then? If you feel like you worthy and that you can get your own, then why are you upset that this person wants you to sign a prenup because they want to keep theirs protected? See, if you trust and choose the right person, they gonna not even worry about that. Or they gonna sit there, you with the right person. If y'all was to end the connection, they gonna make sure that you good and that you on the top. They gonna make sure that you gonna make sure that they good and that they on top before y'all decide to stop the relationship then, right? So I'm telling you right now, chosen ones, y'all are coming into bread. Like, it's not about money, but I have to say this because some of y'all are stressing right now and asking God, what did you do? Nothing, baby. God is testing these people around you, not you. He wants to see. So you know how your mother or father, when you was little, you couldn't stay there. They didn't have a place for you to stay. They was disrespectful. I'll speak for myself. So for instance, chosen ones, growing up, right? Now, it wasn't always bad, but after a certain year, that shit went downhill, right? Pertaining to my mother in a sense, right? So again, chosen ones, at a certain point in time, my mother, I'm young. I'm in middle school, high school, couldn't stay at her house, had to stay on a bench outside, had to have older friends in order to live and stay at their house. But guess what? That time period that I went to my mother and she was supposed to have a place for me to stay, lay, and I wasn't no badass kid either, chosen ones. There's no excuses for it. This is just a mother who chose her partner and certain substances over her children. She had 7 of them. All 7 of us got that treatment. Not no special treatment. You understand? The only person who got special treatment is the person whose father was involved in their life at that time. But after my father passed, she ain't fuck with us like that. You understand? We all got left. We all got left. But hear me out. Now times pass. That same masculine that she chose over us and that she allowed to molest us. That same masculine that she chose to disrespect us, beat on us like we men, all of that stuff is the same masculine that now that certain things ain't coming to her, he left her in a sense, right? So now she living from couch to couch, so on and so forth, where I'm content. Whereas I got as far as stability, and this is not for me to rub this in. This is because God will have the same people who chose not to step up and play that position for you. So that friend who didn't defend you, that friend that seen you what you went through and wasn't there for you, that family member that sat there and turned on you. God is going to have all those people see that you was a chosen individual, that the one person that they chose to go so hard and bad and downplay and lie on and send magic to and do all this, the same person that they tried to kill and defeat, so on and so forth. See, chosen one, that's why I say when you read the Bible, you really reading stories about you. Now, this may ruffle certain feathers, but I feel like Jesus was a prophet too. You understand me? Jesus was just... This Bible was just one story. There's many stories. So this one that y'all, at people as far as Christianity focus on, that was the story of Jesus. But there was a library that had many. So this story may have focused mainly on Moses. The other one was focused mainly on Noah. There's so many prophets and prophetess that came in between it. You understand me? But they only had you focus on one. But not only that, chosen one, Jesus was God's son. That's the same pertaining to you. But think about what Jesus went through. See, he was out here helping, healing, sitting there trying to save individuals, had them raise their vibrations, and the demonic people didn't like that. Like, yo, how you gonna tell them people not to do that? See, does that sound familiar? You told people not to do magic. You had practitioners attacking you. You had voodoo priests attacking you. You had certain orishas, whatever the case may be, attacking you, all because you told them what God told them to not to do. You understand me? So again, there's people that were attacking you because you was raising the people's vibrations. You was healing while they was hurting and they hated that, right? So think about Jesus when he was out here turning water water to wine, helping people who was blind see, so on and so forth, right? People hated that. They threw rocks at him, right? Stones. That's equivalent to people for you. You sitting there spreading smiles and love and happiness, and people start throwing rocks at you. Some of it was your people, your friends, family, jobs, whatever the case may be. Throwing a rock. This rock was a lie. This rock was as far as them downplaying your appearance. This person was laughing and downplaying you through jokes. This person had money and had you struggling the whole time, knowing that they had money and you didn't have no hope. Whatever the case may be, right? So think about that. Jesus, right? Okay, he got rocks thrown at him. Then what happened? He got nailed to the cross, right? See, each point that he was getting hit at, chosen ones, see, that's equivalent to you. You got bound by some things that didn't belong to you too. You sat there and was taking karma and consequences based upon who you was connected to. Your mother was disrespecting you. You was pouring love into her, and she still was hateful towards you. Still was mean. Still had you doubting you, and you grown as shit. You just now starting to shake off what she did. You had a father who wasn't there for you. You felt a certain type of way. You wonder why your first bully was the person who gave birth to you. You was wondering why all of these things, right? You was getting bound by things. So your ex was doing black magic. You slept with him. So now you got bound with demonic energy that didn't belong to you. So you know how they say Jesus took the load for everybody's sins? How the chosen ones, you that generator, pop-up generator in a sense, so where other people have no light, they can plug into you, right? So chosen ones, when I tell you that I'm not saying you Jesus because you, but I'm saying you similar to him, right? So you got bound to that cross. There's those people throwing black magic at you, finances magic on you, having you think less of you, messing with your confidence, doing all this shit, right? Bounding you to a cross that didn't belong to you, all because you was trying to help. All because you was trying to raise people up. Then guess what happened? See, when they thought that they left you for dead, so that's those exes that cheated on you, beated you, left you depressed, and went on to the next feminine or masculine. This was that ex that is working while you barely being able to work it out, and they don't care because they out there with somebody else. That person who wants you to beg for them, knowing damn well that they should volunteer their help. That person that all you ask for love, appreciation, you everything else you could get yourself, but they still couldn't give you the bare minimum, right? So they left you for dead. When you was depressed, when you was fucked up, when you ain't know what you was going to do, when you ain't know where you was going to move to, that motherfucker could have been living with you. He could have been the reason why your ass got kicked out too. And soon as he realized that you or thought that you ain't have no place to go to, what did he do? You ain't see his ass. He turned the Casper on you. But why did that happen? Because soon as he leaves, guess what God's going to do? Had that call come in. Now your application got accepted. See, God wanted that person to think that you was fucked up so that all of a sudden, soon as they leave, that luck was going to change up. Then guess what? When that person left you and had to go from couch to couch too, they ain't even realize God was granting you with your new house with a new view for you and your kids too. And that person was going to be fucked up and they was going to try to return back to you, but they ain't see that shit through. They seen you struggling and they left you. They sat there and seen you was starting your business and they thought that you wasn't building shit. The whole time now they going to start to see you was building that foundation. Yet all you was doing was building that structure and everything else was going to fill in. I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, finances. I want you to say this and I want you to type this right now. When I'm really mean this because you got to speak this, all right? I am wealthy. I receive wealth. I am respected. I am surrounded by respect. I am loved. I am loved. You got to say those affirmations, but I want you to claim it. Just like you doing your taxes when you got to claim those taxes or file that W-2 or whatever the case may be before you get those funds to you. You got to claim this. You understand me? Because you got love coming in. You deserve that. You deserve that. You ain't have love since them motherfuckers pushed you out. You running into something that you ain't never even knew. I'm trying to tell you, you got so much love, and I'm trying not to get choked up because I can feel that shit so hard, chosen ones. You got love. You earned this. You got love. You got a partner who's going to protect you. Not like these people who played with you, who left you out there to fend by yourself. These people who disrespected you when you felt like you ain't have nobody else. You ain't had no family. You ain't had no lover. You ain't had no real friends. You sat there and didn't even ask them for nothing. You just needed them to physically or mentally be there at that moment, and they chose not to. They left you, and like I said, when they left you for dead, what they do when what Jesus do? A few days later, they came back and he was nowhere near. See, when I told y'all that they gonna leave you in a struggle, but when they see you next time, you gonna be successful. I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones. Then guess what? The people who act like they ain't know you or notice you, now they gonna be telling people how they used to talk to you or had an option with you. And that's just gonna make them look dumb too, because baby, you had the magic genie. You had the magic wish. And you fumbled it. All because you wanted to stay toxic. All because you was selfish. All because you was full of ego, which is evil. You ain't let that shit go. So God had you let them go. And now they gonna see. So I want you to know that you are wealthy. Don't you fucking worry. You got $5 in your bank account. Baby, you got enough for a 4 for 4. Fuck you crying for? You understand me? Baby, you got $4 in your account right now. Shit, what you can do? Take 2 of that and buy a damn flower for yourself. You not gonna sit there and feel like you are what you see. You understand me? Because those people, just like how people sat there and made it seem like they was for you, and in public they act like they was there for you, but behind closed doors they was a damn demon, baby. So you know things ain't what they appear to be. How many of y'all got new cars and that shit looked nice on the outside, but it was a lemon, right? So, everything ain't what it appeared to be, but I promise you, don't you give up on you. I'm asking you, do not give up on you. So you so close. Some of you right now, they trying to project suicide thoughts on you. They trying to project certain sadness around you. Do not pay attention to that. If you feel sadness, baby, you sad because you know what you about to be receiving. Then don't you be sad about that so shit, because you thinking about your inner child in a sense. So some of you may be crying of thinking about the past, not because you want that past motherfucker. It's because you thinking about the inner child of you that had to go through that. Your inner child. So think about a child having to see abuse, having to see misuse, having to see or get talked to the way that they was talking to you. So you was crying on behalf of your inner child, but now you standing up for them. So I don't know about you, but if I see somebody else's child in public and that parent ain't around, I'm playing that parental figure then, right? I'm going to make sure that they safe. I'm going to make sure that they ate. I'm going to make sure that they good. So chosen ones, you do that to you too. You make sure that you protect the inner child in you. Is she okay? Is he okay? Is he having a good day? Is he hungry? Is he sleepy? Is this person bothering him? Are they... We not doing that. You understand me? So I want you to focus on that, chosen ones. Again, stay positive. Don't worry about no negative, because all people are going to do is try to project their energy on you. I'm telling you right now, there's certain people who's going to try to project. There's certain people who are going to try to say certain things. There's certain demonic individuals that are going to try to trigger you, but you don't pay attention to them. Think about a magnet. Both pieces have to be facing each other for them to stick, correct? So if this person's sending negative energy, but you look in the opposite direction, not listening to it, that shit ain't going to hit you at all. You understand me? So don't worry about it. You understand me? You know who you are. If you don't, baby, we going to get real familiar. You hear me? But I love you, chosen ones. I got to get up off of here. But I wanted you to know, you got so much abundance coming in. Do not stop. This is a test for them. So if you feel like shit is tight right now, God just wants to see who was going to put their pride aside and step in. Because God blessed them to bless you. That's the only reason why they got to where they went to. And since they didn't do what they were supposed to do, God's no longer going to pay those individuals in order for them to provide for you. You got this. I love you so much. If you need me, you know how to reach me. The link's in my bio. Coaching sessions, baby. You come to me, you ask me a million questions for the whole period of time that we on. I'm going to make sure that you clear. We're going to talk about your past, present, and your future too. I'll tell you the cycles that's still connected to you. I'll tell you if this is a karmic or your divine individual. I'll tell you if there's certain things that, again, you may need to move around in order for things to happen. I got you. I promise you, all right? I love you so much. Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, baby, you know how to reach me, all right? Be great.